Hello guys, welcome to Gunnervlog. The subject today, Alexis Sanchez. Something tells me if I keep doing these videos, certainly until the end of the transfer window, maybe even throughout the duration of next season, Alexis Sanchez is a subject that's going to come up time and time again. The reason people are talking about him today, well, several-fold to be honest. Twofold primarily. The first, the French headlines this morning suggesting that Paris Saint-Germain have resurrected their interest. That's been a report followed up in the Telegraph. Apparently there is genuine interest there from PSG in Alexis Sanchez. And then Arsene Wenger, who's out in China, on the record again, saying that he heard the quotes about Alexis wants to play in the Champions League. That changes nothing. The decision has been made. The club will not sell him this summer. It's a fascinating one to look at now. And I have to say, my instant reaction this morning when I read about Paris Saint-Germain's interest was, if they want him and they're prepared to pay good money, maybe it is in Arsenal's interest to sell. And I'll tell you why. I know it sounds absurd. Sell your best player. But if Alexis stays and doesn't sign a new contract, then we will lose him in 12 months anyway, for nothing. That's fine. I can make my peace with writing off 50 million quid. It's not my money. And for too long, this club has been about money, about revenue, about turnover. Taking a stand and doing something on sporting principle is an admirable thing. However, in 12 months' time, he can go wherever he wants. He can go to Manchester City. He can go to Chelsea. He can go to Manchester United. We can have no say, no influence on his destination. For me, Alexis going to Paris Saint-Germain is a relatively safe option for us. It means that for the next 3 or 4 years, he'll be in Liga and we might encounter him in the Champions League, but we have not directly strengthened a rival team. You know, whether that happens now or in 12 months, it's going to be awful either way. If Alexis Sanchez goes to Manchester City in 12 months on a free transfer, I don't think everyone will be like, well, you know, what can we do? He ran his contract down. The club will still take pelters. Why didn't we tie him down? Why? And I bet some people will say then, why didn't we take some money for him and get a replacement? And of course, all this discussion of potentially selling him is contingent on spending the money on the team. There's no point in just having 50 million quid to have 50 million quid. I'm talking about taking that, putting it into a £100 million bid for a player who we think would go some way towards replacing him. Probably isn't one. There probably isn't one. But, you know, 2 or 3 might do the job. Yeah, if Paris Saint-Germain were interested, I'd be interested. I know people say, if you sell him, you're saying you can't win the league. Guys, call me crazy. I don't think we are winning the league this year. I mean, we've got the Europa League to contend with. We've got a squad, you know, who showed last season they have their vulnerabilities. I think if we can get back into the top 4 this year, that's an achievement. I don't think we can win the title, whether or not Alexis stays or goes. I think we're in a rebuilding period. And I also think that there is a risk, if we keep Alexis, we keep Ozil, we keep Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, that could have a very destabilising effect on our season, particularly in the case of Ozil and Sanchez, if come Christmas they haven't signed new contracts. And Alexis isn't signing a new contract. Maybe Ozil is, if offers don't come in, but Alexis isn't. You know, every time we lose, every time they miss a chance, every time they pull out of a tackle, the same headlines will come up again and again. If Arsenal can find somebody to spend the money on this summer, then they should sell Alexis Sanchez to Paris Saint-Germain, in my opinion. He's going one way or the other. I'd rather ensure, whether it's now or in 12 months, I'd rather ensure it was to a club who aren't a direct rival. Now, 2 things to say. One is, maybe Arsene Wenger's thinking selfishly. Maybe he's thinking, I've only got 2 years left at Arsenal. Maybe 2 years left in my career. I'd rather one of those was with Alexis Sanchez. That might be a factor. The other thing to say is that news is breaking as I'm talking now of Paris Saint-Germain being in for Neymar. I can't see them signing Alexis and Neymar. So, if the Neymar deal goes through, and it's been talked about for a couple of years now, and typically it ends with Neymar signing a nice new fat contract at Barcelona, but if that happens, that's another option gone for Alexis. Anyway, Arsene's very bullish, still in China, so we'll see what the next few weeks bring. I'm going on holiday, but I'm going to pre-record a few videos and release them every day to keep this sort of streak going as far as I can. Do subscribe to watch those, and if anything massive happens, I'll be back. Cheers.